Hello, 6th grade, how are you today? This is your English teacher, Dana. In our lesson today, we are going to talk about quantifiers. What are the quantifiers and what do we mean about them? We're going to talk about them in this video, so be ready. The outcomes of our lesson today, students should be able to recognize the countable nouns and uncountable nouns, recognize the quantifiers, and practice the rule. So, before talking about quantifiers, we want to talk about the countable nouns and uncountable nouns, الأسماء المعدودة والأسماء غير المعدودة. So, let's start. What are the countable nouns and uncountable nouns? Let's start our lesson by countable nouns. Countable nouns هي مثل الأسماء المعدودة. What do we mean about countable nouns? Yes, for things that we count using numbers. We can count this noun, like these nouns, thing, things. In countable noun, we can use the noun in singular form and plural form. يعني thing, things. We can make this noun in plural form. Things. We can say 2 things, 4 things, 3 things, and so on. Also like the noun car. Car, cars. 3 cars, 4 cars. Yes, we can count these nouns. Player, players. 2 players, 10 players, and so on. These are what? Regular nouns. شو يعني regular nouns؟ يعني we can add s for these nouns. But we have irregular nouns like what? Yes, man, we can say men. Child, we can say children. So these are countable nouns. هدول أسماء معدودة, but we can't add s for these nouns because they are irregular. يعني ما بقدر أحكي mans. We can't say mans. The plural form of man is men. The plural form of a child is children. Okay? Okay, what about uncountable nouns? Uncountable noun الاسم غير المعدود for things that we cannot count with numbers ما بنقدر نعدهم, and they are always used with a singular دائما مفرد. Examples of uncountable nouns like tea, sugar, rice, beauty, money. All these nouns are uncountable nouns. We can't count these nouns by using numbers and they are singular. Now, let's talk about quantifiers. We talked about the countable and uncountable nouns because we are going to use them with quantifiers. We have quantifiers with countable nouns and some quantifiers with uncountable nouns, and we have quantifiers with both countable and uncountable nouns. Like what? Like lots of, a lot of, a few, a little. These are quantifiers. What do we mean about quantifiers? They are the tools that we can use to identify quantity. عشان نستخدمها للتعبير عن كمية أو قدر من الأشياء. So we use these quantifiers to identify the quantity. Now let's start talking about lots of and a lot of. What do we mean about them? Yes, we mean a large number of amount, كمية كبيرة من الأشياء. When we say lots of, الكثير من, or a lot of, the same meaning. Okay, lots of or a lot of can be used for countable and uncountable noun. التنتين بنستخدمهم للcountable or uncountable noun. We can't say lots of water, a lot of water. Water is uncountable noun. اسم غير معدود. We can use a lot of or lots of. The same with the noun cars. Lots of cars or a lot of cars. Okay, so cars, yes, countable noun. So we can say lots of or a lot of. Lots of and a lot of for countable and uncountable nouns. In negative, positive, and questions form. Look at these examples. I drank a lot of water. Water is uncountable noun. We can say a lot of or lots of. Number 2, there were lots of jobs. Jobs is excellent countable noun. Countable noun, lots of or a lot of. We can say lots of jobs and a lot of jobs. I drank lots of water and I have lots of time. Time is uncountable noun, so we can say lots of time or a lot of time. What about a few? A few means القليل من. When can we use a few? Look at this example. There are a few books on the shelf. Look at the noun after a few books. Let's think about this noun. Is it countable or uncountable noun? Excellent. This is countable noun. We have S here. Countable noun. So, this is countable noun. Look at the second example. We stayed a few days in Jordan. Days is excellent countable noun. Okay, what can you think about a few? Excellent. We use a few to represent a positive quantity and it's used with plural nouns. So, a few with countable nouns. We use a few with countable nouns. دائما نستخدم a few مع الأسماء المعدودة فقط. So the form of this quantifier is a few plus plural countable nouns. Days, books, cards, things, and so on. And it means a small amount of something or some. القليل من أو بعض. So the last thing that we are going to talk about, this is the last quantifier, a little, القليل من. So it has the same meaning of a few. Okay, look at this sentence. There is a little milk. Milk is countable or uncountable noun? Excellent, uncountable noun. This noun comes after a little. Look at the second sentence. Mary needs a little sugar. Sugar, countable or uncountable noun? Excellent, this is uncountable noun. So, what do you think about a little? Excellent, it comes before uncountable nouns. دائما a little تأتي قبل الأسماء الغير معدودة. So, a little used with non-countable nouns and it means a small amount or some. Let's do this exercise about quantifiers. Complete the sentences using the correct quantifier. Let's start with number 1. There are biscuits in the packet. Let's determine the noun. Yes, خلينا نحدد الnoun biscuits. Biscuits is countable or uncountable noun? Excellent. This is countable noun. Which quantifier that comes before countable noun or plural countable noun? Is it a few or a little? Excellent. A few. Bravo. Number 2. We've got time before the plane leaves. Let's determine the noun after the blank. Time. This is countable or uncountable? Time. Excellent. This is uncountable noun. Which quantifier that comes before uncountable noun? A few or a little? Excellent. This is a little. Look at the last sentence. He always gets presents than his sister on his birthday. Okay, presents. This is excellent. Countable noun. Plural countable noun. Which one with countable noun? A little or lots of? A little for uncountable. So we use excellent lots of. إذا كان في عنا a little or a few, we choose what? Excellent, a few. We said that lots of with countable and uncountable noun. لكن a little with excellent only uncountable nouns. We'll stop here, my students. In the next class, we are going to revise the structure. Then we are going to start answering the questions in students' book and workbook. So please be ready.